Hey everyone, welcome to this guitar lesson where we're going to be diving deep into the guitar solo Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold. It's more of an advanced guitar solo, but there's lots to learn if you are a beginner to intermediate player. We're going to be diving into the intervals used, the scales that are being used, the chords, what possible scales you can use to play it, the different guitar techniques and how you can practice them. I'm going to break down every single section of the solo and explain to you what is going on. First up, the tempo for this track is 128 beats per minute. So the pulse feels like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This solo starts out in 12/8, and let me show you how I count it. It's a triplet feel, and it does go to 4/4 once the main solo starts. So I consider this to be the breakdown before the solo, I suppose. But I'm considering this part of the solo, the 12/8 section. So I would count it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you can also count it as triplets. Triplet, 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 triplet. And obviously with triplets, that's 3 notes in a beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's how I'm feeling 12/8. And then when it goes to 4/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're just straightening up and getting rid of the triplets. You still feel those beats. Okay, so that's the time signatures covered. We're in the key of D minor. The first chord is just a D5 or a D power chord like this. It is in drop D, but I'm just tuned to standard tuning because I'm just playing the guitar solo for this lesson. But for the first part of this solo, we're just playing on top of a D5 chord, which is just a power chord. So you could actually play major or minor ideas over the top of this, but Sinister Gates, who we are playing his guitar part, by the way, his harmony, his parts are aiming for D minor. Okay, so let's jump into the first section of this guitar solo, which sounds like this. And we're doing all alternate picking, so down and up strokes. And I slide from the 15th to the 17th. And then play that twice. Then go down chromatically. And again. And then down to the 13th on the E string. And the 15th on the B string. It's up to you what fingering you choose, but I use 3, 2, 1, 1, 3. And let's now look at these intervals. So we're in the key of D. So on the 17th fret up here, we're getting a perfect 5th. Then we're going a flat 5 to a perfect 4th to a minor 3rd, and then to the root on the B string. So at the moment we're hinting at D minor. We've essentially got our minor triad here, root, flat 3, 5. And that's played over that D5 chord. You could actually change it to major. So you play the 14th fret here instead, just food for thought there. Okay, so moving on to the next section, which sounds like this. And essentially this is going up a diminished arpeggio. So we've got a shape that looks like this. And it's up to you whether you use your second finger on the 16th fret or your third. I think I go for my second. And we're going to do a downstroke, then an upstroke. And then we're going to play the 14th fret of the G string, and then we're going up to that flat 6. And then we've got a major 7, which shows he's aiming for harmonic minor with this lick. So down, down, up, down, up for this lick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this next part is essentially exactly the same as the first part and sounds a little something like this with a little variation. But this time we are going to be playing a part of a minor arpeggio, D minor. So I'm seeing this as the C shape. So there's the C shape for a D minor chord. And what we want to do is play exactly the same lick as we played before. But when we get to that 14th fret, the minor 3rd, we're going to then do an upstroke, and then downstroke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so on to the next little section. And what we've got here is a slide on the D string up to the 12th fret. And we're going to be going up from the D, major 2nd to minor 3rd. So we're going from here, the root to the 2nd to the minor 3rd. And then we're going to be going 12, 13, 14, 15. Where we're going up to the 15th fret, so and then going back down again, so we're doing a little chromatic idea. Da, 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 da. And going back down, kind of following the chords here. So this is when the chords do change. We're going to a B flat, to a B flat power chord, to a B fully diminished, then to a C power chord, and then to a C sharp diminished. So the lick sounds like this. So then we're sliding from the 15th fret to the minor 7. So we're now back to being a kind of natural minor alien kind of thing. So we're doing all alternate picking here. So from the D string, we've got 12, 14, 15, using 1st, 3rd and 4th finger. Then on the G string, we're going up chromatically from the 12th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 15, 14, 13, 12. Then slide from the 13th fret to the 15th fret with our 2nd finger. And then back down to the 12th. With our 2nd finger again, and then 1, 2 on 12, 13, and slide up to the 17. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. I might have messed up some of the picking there because it's really hard to play this super slow when you've learnt it at full tempo. But hopefully that's got you excited about this solo. This is the easiest part of the solo, but it's great to kind of analyze what's going on. Okay, so moving on to the main solo parts. This is where things get a bit tricky and guitar technique comes into play. We've got economy picking, I think, for this lick. And it's very tricky. So there's 3 different approaches you can have. You could use either alternate picking if you're not comfortable with economy picking, or you could use legato or economy picking. So let's learn the lick first. So we've got 12 on the G string, 12, 14, 15, first finger, 3rd, 4th. Then we're going first finger on the 13th fret. We're going up chromatically 3 notes, 13, 14, 15. So 12, 14, 15, 13, 14, 15. And then we're going 12, 13, 15 on the high E, then sliding up to the 16th fret. So you could play it like this with legato. So pick the first note, hammer on, pick the next string, hammer on, pick the next string, hammer on, slide. Or you could do alternate picking. Or like Sinister Gates, you can use economy picking. I'm almost 100% sure he does from looking at some videos of him playing. And economy picking goes like this: down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So the idea is that whenever you change a string, you're always doing a downstroke. It's economical. So it's almost like sweep picking. When you go from one string to the other, you're landing on the next string. The trick with practicing economy picking is that when you're changing strings, so 1, 2, 3, down, up, down, with that downstroke, land on the next string, waiting for the next note. Down, up, down, land, plant your pick on the string, then get ready to play the next note. Down, up, down, plant on the next string, don't play it. Down, up, down, plant it on the E string, then down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, down, up, down. It's getting used to that movement. Now, if you're new to economy picking, I'll put a link in the description to an economy picking lesson. But a good exercise is actually the next lick that we're going to be working on after this. So we're going to skip to that just because it's a bit more chromatic and it doesn't do some weird fingering. So the lick sounds like this. So the lick sounds like this. So we're doing down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So 15, 13, 14, 15, 13, 14, 15, 13, 14, 15. This is quite cool because all your fingers stay in the same frets. So you want to start with a sweep picking motion from the 15th fret down, then land on the G string, down, up, down, then keep your pick planted on the B string, then down, up, down, keep it planted on the high E string, then down, up, down, and loop that idea. And that's the idea essentially of economy picking. But let's move back to that first lick. There's an idea you can practice economy picking. Essentially, it's getting used to those downstrokes across strings. Okay, let's put these notes on the fretboards, analyze the intervals. So we got 12, 14, 15. Then we're going a chromatic thing from the minor 7, major 7 to the root. And then we're going from the 12th fret to the minor 3rd on the 13th to the 15th to the 16th. So we've got some different intervals here. Essentially, it's more of a chromatic idea and creating some triplet ideas. Okay, so if we look at the tabs, you'll notice here that the time signature has changed to, we've changed to 4/4 now. So we get a different feel at 50%. This feels like this: 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, da 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 da. So that's the kind of feel we're going for. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh my. Okay, so let's play along super slow. First time I'm going to do legato. So we play the 17th fret with our third finger. Now I'm going to do legato like this. Then I'll do alternate picking. Then I'll try economy picking. And then we'll see how we get on. 2, 3, 4. So it's up to you which one you choose. As I mentioned earlier, check out my economy picking lesson. If you've never done economy picking before, that should really help you. Then come back to this video. Now, moving on to the next lick, as we pretty much already covered, we're doing 15 on the D string, 13, 14, 15 on the G string, same again on the B, same again on the high E, and using my first, second and third fingers. Let's give that one a go. Oh, and at the end, we're going to be doing a bend, a full bend. So up a step, a whole step. So we're aiming for that 17th fret, the perfect fifth. And then returning back to the G and then playing the 13th fret. And we can do 2 downstrokes if you like. And then you can add some vibrato to that 13th fret. And before we play that super slow, let's analyze a little bit what's going on. So we're adding that 15th fret of the D string, which is the minor third, then going up from the 13th, 14th, 15th, so flat 5, the 5th, flat 6. Then we're doing the same on the B string, so we're doing minor 7, major 7 root, then the same on the high E. We've got loads of chromatic notes, but all these notes basically point to a minor, D minor scale. There's nothing highlighting anything major. There's no major thirds. So we've got some chromatic ideas in these licks, but essentially it's just natural minor or harmonic minor that Sinister Gates is aiming for with this solo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Legato still. That's tricky. Oh. Alternate picking. Economy. Much easier, I think. So legato or economy picking feels more natural to me. I think you really need to learn how to economy pick to get his sound accurately. I have seen a lot of other guitar players on YouTube and things that do successfully use alternate picking, but I think the economy picking, the name itself explains it, it's more economic. But anyway, that's that section complete. Okay, so moving on to the next section, which sounds a little something like this. Now let's break apart the intervals first before we learn this properly. So we've got a fifth going to that minor third. Then we've got the root again on the 15th fret, then that major 7, then a minor 6 and a 5th. And essentially that first lick is going 17, 13 with, so pinky first finger, then 15, 14 with my second and first finger, second and first on the G, 15, 14. It's a really cool harmonic minor lick. So if we play a D5 chord, power chord, then go back to that 15th fret where the root is, So if you're playing a minor kind of blues thing, you can add that lick in. Anyway, so that is the first bit. And what we're doing next is we're doing same again in terms of the notes. We're doing 15, 13. So pick downstroke, pull off to the 13th fret. Then we're playing root 5. And then we've got a minor third and root. And essentially we're going through D minor arpeggio. So we're doing 17, 13 pull off, upstroke on the 15th fret of the B string, upstroke with 14th fret of the G, 15th fret we're going to be doing an upstroke, and then 17 upstroke on E. Down, up, 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 up. So all together. And we're doing some triplets with that arpeggio. So you want to do pinky, first finger, second finger, first, second, pinky. That's a good fingering for that C-shaped minor arpeggio. I love to use this for my sweep picking. If you add in that 12th fret over here, you can kind of loop it with that 5th going to root, minor third, 5th, root, minor third. Then 5th again. Now once we got that upstroke on that 17th fret, we then want to send back up that same arpeggio. So downstroke on the 15th fret with our second finger. And then downstroke again on the 14th fret with our first finger on the G string, and then we're going to play 15, 14 on that same string, then slide up to the 15th fret with our second finger, and then to the first finger on the 13th fret, then third finger on the 17th fret, and then pinky on the 18th, and then 17th. It sounds like this. All together. Now let me play it along with the backing track with those full 2 bars. Okay, so let's loop that super slow so this lick makes more sense. We're going to come in on the 2 ands. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So with this next little section, there's a bit of a breather and we've got some nice melodic sounds. We're playing the 15th fret and then bending up a whole tone or 2 frets and then releasing back down. So pick, down, pick, bend up, release. And then we're going to play our second finger on the 15th fret on the B string. It's a bit tricky to get used to that if you haven't kind of played backwards like this, but so it will sound like this. Then your first finger on the 13th fret, and then go backwards to 12th, 13, 15, bend up the whole tone. 1, 2, 3, 4. And make sure you give some vibrato on that bend. There's a vibrato lesson which I'll put a link to as well if you're not very good at vibrato. Okay, so in this next section we're doing some tremolo picking, but essentially this lick sounds like this. So we're moving around a lot with our first finger. We're starting on the 13th fret, jumping to the 17th, then back to the 12th, then back to the 19th, then to the 10th, then to the 17th, and then to the 8th, 13, 8, 7, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this section actually sounds really impressive, but once you get tremolo picking down, then it's actually very easy. It sounds more impressive than it actually is, but make sure you check out my lesson on tremolo picking if you are struggling with this, because I take you from the beginning to the end of where you need to get to be. Okay, so moving on to the next section, which massively reminds me of Dimebag Darrell with this kind of lick. So we've got some alternate picking at the beginning. So we're doing the 8th fret to the 12th fret. So a minor third to perfect fifth. Then we've got 9 to 10, which is a major sixth to minor seventh, then major second to minor third. So we're doing a Dorian thing again. And then we're going to be doing a sweep picking idea, taking the 3rd, perfect 5th and the 7th, which is outlining that F. That's an A-shaped F minor. And then going up to that 13th fret there. So we're doing 1st finger on the 8th fret, pinky on the 12th, 1st finger on the 9th, 2nd finger on the 10th underneath, same again on the G string. Alternate picking for all this, and some palm muting. This is when it gets tricky, so we're going down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. So doing some sweep picking. And then what we're doing with this is, on the G string, we want to do our on the 10th fret, a downstroke, then 10th fret underneath with our 3rd finger, 2nd, 3rd, 1st on the 8th, then an upstroke with our, upstroke, my 4th finger on the 13th fret. So you're doing this triad here. Then we're going to slide up to the 20th fret for the next lick. That's really tricky to get used to. Then we're doing this really cool chromatic lick. So sliding up to the 20th fret, then pulling off to the 17th fret, and then going chromatically down 18, 17, 16, 15 on the B string, and then 19 on the G string, 18, and then you want to kind of pivot down, play 18, 17 on the B string. And when you're sliding up to that 20th fret, I don't actually pick, I kind of slide up and then pull off, then pick when I downstroke when I get to the 20th fret on the B string, and alternate picking here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a super cool lick. So this lick goes like this. And there's a lot of jumping around with the fingers, but essentially it's just a load of chromatic ideas. So we're going to slide up with our pinky to the 18th fret, then do 15, 17, 18 with our 1st, 3rd and 4th fingers. Then chromatic from the 15th fret up to the 18th fret, so and then back down. And then we go 19, 18, 17 on the B string. And then back up again from the 15th fret to the 18th fret, then back down to the 17th. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a bit of a finger twister, that one, but it really comes together quite easily when the speed is up there. So for this last bit, we're going 5 on the G string, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3 on the D string, 5 on the A string, and that's like a minor C shape arpeggio. So all together. And then what you got to do is you're going to do on that last note, you do a dive bomb, and as it comes up, you got to do an artificial harmonic where you pick the fleshy part of your thumb and you'll pick like this. Just got to spend a bit of time trying to get that harmonic. So. I remember when I first learnt to do artificial harmonics, it took me ages. You just got to kind of practice just catching the fleshy part of your finger, your thumb, sorry. So you pick with the plectrum and put it as close, your thumb as close as you can to the end. Sometimes you miss it, sometimes you get it. So let's play this last bit with a metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. All downstrokes here. That's really tricky to do slow motion, but you will find it. But yeah, that's it essentially. That is the end of this video. It's a bit of an intense one. I've never done anything like this before. Let me know if you enjoy it. I don't know if I really want to do this kind of thing again, but we'll see. If you guys enjoy it, maybe I will. It's a lot of fun analysing what's going on. I've never really done it to this extent. We've taken apart the whole solo. All we've seen is essentially natural minor ideas, chromatic ideas, and some harmonic minor stuff, very minor harmonic minor stuff. But there's some things you can take away from this. It's in terms of technique. There's lots of things you can practice. You can take away the economy picking ideas. And there's some of those harmonic minor lick ideas you can take. You can find weaknesses in your playing. I've realized that my economy picking is not as strong as I thought. And there's triplets in there. We've got the sextuplets. To get used to that feel is very hard. I'm going off on a tangent. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hopefully see you for another one very soon.